Welcome to Karkom Cards and Comics. I'm Jason.
Big Josh, what it do?
And we're back again for another Duel. So, if you're new here, I don't know why you haven't watched any of the other ones yet, but I bring a fighter to the table that he knows not who I'm bringing, and vice versa. We do check with a third party just to make sure that we're not bringing the same person. But other than that, it's just fair game. We gotta bring our fighter and say why this person would beat the other one out. That's it. No rules, no nothing. We could even fight each other, but it's never came to that. Yet. Alright. So, this time we just said that we had to bring some character that had been portrayed or by at least 5 different actors or voice actors. And that's it. So, we could bring anybody, essentially, as long as they've been in enough things where they have, rather it be movies, or cartoons or whatever. So, we like to start with speculation on who the other one could be bringing. And it's a little all over the place for me. I kind of don't know if it's going to be, an X-Men, because there's so many different types of X-Men cartoons, or if it's going to be, Iron Man, because Iron Man is in everything. So, I'm going to say that you brought the Hulk.
I did not bring the Hulk.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a big one for me that I was thinking of. There has been a lot of renditions of the Hulk, but not a lot of different people playing the Hulk. When people play the Hulk, they stay with the Hulk. So
yeah.
So I don't know. That's really the only thing I got for you. Where I thought maybe you'd be bringing him.
Well, I thought maybe you brought one of your homies to the fight this time, and I should have looked it up to see if he's even had 5 different voice actors. I'm sure he has at this point in his comic life line, but I thought you went with Mr. Fantastic himself.
Initially, when I was I wanted to choose 5 voice actors, I actually thought of that. So I kind of made that parameter with that character in mind, but no, I did not bring him. It was close.
Okay.
It was close. I really wanted to. I really do want my guy to be in an episode at some point. I think he's really underrated. Or people tend to underthink his abilities, so that's why I want to feature him at some point, but not today, no.
All right. Well, why don't you describe your character first and see if I can guess based on a few characteristics? Because if I do it, mine is a dead giveaway right away. So.
Mine is also a dead giveaway right away. So I thought I would just name off some of the voice actors that actually portrayed this character, and when I get to one, it's going to be completely obvious.
All right.
But I wanted to, give these people a little bit of recognition. Originally in a cartoon, he was played by William Calloway and was given an Australian accent. His second appearance in a cartoon was also with an Australian accent by Patrick Penny. And then later, Cal Dodd played this character in another cartoon. Lots of cartoons. Scott McNeil played him in a crossover in a different cartoon. Steve Bloom has played this character a lot for many years nowadays. Jeffrey Hedquist played him. Brian Drummond. Ricky Ya Koyama played him in a Japanese version. Milo Ventimiglia played him in the English version. Kevin Michael Richardson did his voice. Alessandro Giuliani. Mark Hamill. Troy Sivan. And finally, Hugh Jackman.
Oh, okay. Professor X.
I went with the one and only. Oh, that's not him. That was just a Wolverine. That was a joke. Okay, no, the Wolverine.
All right, if you guys have stopped watching at this point, I don't blame you.
No, but you were right. You did your own popping of the claws early there. So, yeah, that's a lot of different people playing this character.
Yeah, actually, one of the first ones you said was what gave it away, and I don't even remember what it was at this point anymore.
The Australian accent.
Oh, yeah, the Australian accent.
Because it's right there. That top VHS. Right there. That is the Wolverine with the Australian accent, just made as a pilot to a series that was never developed and then played over and over on TV until they turned it into a series.
Fun fact, Hugh Jackman is Australian, so I guess the movie went the same route.
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows indeed.
All right, who you got?
So my character has been voiced by over 66 different people in the span of...
It's Superman!
It is not Superman.
There's a lot of Supermen.
There are a lot. But let's see. Where do I want to start with these voice actors here? So the main one who's probably voiced this particular character more than anybody else is his name is Josh Keaton. But this character's also been voiced by Seth Green, Breckin Meyer, Nathan Fillion, Jonah Hill.
What?
Brian,
this is MODOK again?
Brian Delaney, Sasha Ruiz, Jason Spisak. Did I say Kevin Smith?
No.
Kevin Smith. But you guys probably all know him best by the voice actor Ryan Reynolds.
Really? Jonah Hill?
Blew my mind too when I saw Jonah Hill's face on this list.
So this is Deadpool?
This is not Deadpool.
Oh my god, okay. Alright, so, okay, I'm very confused then.
So my character, he likes to say, in brightest day, in blackest night,
Really?
no evil shall escape my sight.
Oh,
Let
God.
those who worship evil's might beware my power.
Okay.
Green Lantern's might.
Really?
I went with Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. Oh, wait, we don't like that picture. I went with Hal Jordan.
You set up a fake picture too.
The Green Lantern. That was not planned.
No, that definitely was not planned. So that's perfect. Wow. Okay, so the Green Lantern, and specifically Hal Jordan.
Specifically Hal Jordan, because
Wow.
I'm pretty sure most of the popular Green Lanterns have been all voiced by more than 5 different people. But I mean, they've had
Jonah Hill,
cartoon...
Kevin Smith.
So Jonah Hill was in all the Lego movies. He's the voice of Green Lantern.
Oh my god! Why does that sound just so perfect?
Right?
That sounds ridiculous and also amazing at the same time.
But then Seth Green, Breckin Meyer, and...
well, that makes sense because they did a lot of people's voices through Robot Chicken.
Through Robot Chicken, yep.
You know, so like I kind of figured that when you said both of them together.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion too in Robot Chicken.
Oh, okay.
Nathan Fillion did it for multiple years. Seth Green and Breckin Meyer split the duty in 2005 for Robot Chicken.
Interesting.
But Nathan Fillion also did it in a few other movies. But Kevin Smith did it in Duck Dodgers.
You actually wrote this all out?
Yes, I did.
Wow, that's crazy. I just copied and pasted some names into a document. But yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, thought it was great. I love the DC animated movies. There's so many of them out now, but I think that's where DC's strong suit is their animated movies. They've totally botched the live action movies. There's so many plot holes, so many.
Which is crazy, right? Like you would think Disney would have a better cartoons and better understandings of the film industry, animated film industry.
I mean, to be fair, the DC cartoons that have come out, or the Marvel cartoons that have come out, have been good. I really enjoy What If. Like, that's amazing. But I don't know, did they make that pre-purchase?
No. Because that was like back in 2015 or something that it went into full effect.
Okay.
Because I think the initial purchase was 2012. And then, like, they weren't in charge of everything until 2015.
Okay.
But, yeah, so, I mean, their first one that they took and made into a movie was Big Hero 6. Like, as soon as they had full rights to Marvel properties, they made that into
Which was
an
a
animated movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
It was good, yeah, very good.
And the fact that in...
strayed from the comics a lot, but it was good.
What was it? When he was looking for a new voice for his AI, after they did Jarvis and put Jarvis inside a Vision, one of the voices that he wanted to use for his AI was Tadashi, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, that was really cool. Good little Easter egg. But
yeah.
But Marvel is dropping the ball on their animated stuff. Like, What If is the resurgence, and, I hope to see more, but, man, I don't know.
But yeah,
the Hitmonkey show looks promising, I guess.
The DC animated movies are, like, they were all meant to be standalone films, I think, at first. But then at some point they decided they were going to tie these all together for, like, to have their own animated continuity. And then they started having post-credit scenes that would tie the later movies into some of the earlier ones that were just standalone. And they did a great job with it, and I loved all of them. Like, there hasn't been really a bad animated DC movie that I've seen yet. I've enjoyed all of them.
Cool.
And they just keep pumping them out, like, one a month, I feel like, comes out.
They are pretty frequent. But the quality is good, and so it's not at the expense of quality that they're making them so quick.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it helps that they're, working with HBO now, so they probably have bigger budgets and stuff. But, I mean, Warner Brothers always has a, good size pocketbook, so more than me. So who's gonna win this fight? Old Wolvie or the Green Lantern?
Well, it's definitely fighters of different caliber.
Absolutely,
that's for sure. A spacefaring hero versus the jungle dweller.
Yeah,
essentially. He's a vicious little guy. He's a little nightmare fur ball. But
his greatest power is getting thrown at people.
I mean, that's how he starts every fight. Hundreds of years of fight training, samurai training. He just jumps into the fight like that every time.
I mean, if you don't have to worry about really getting hurt,
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like he's just so invulnerable, and having the adamantium bones really saves him from limb severs.
He don't believe in YOLO. He believes in YOLF.
Yeah, I guess so.
He only lives forever.
Okay.
Because how old is he? Like, he goes back to, like, pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
So he's, like, in the 1800s or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was even late 1700s, but...
So he could have been Jack the Ripper.
He could have been. Hopefully he wasn't, but, who knows?
Who knows? He does.
No.
Oh, no, he probably don't know anymore.
Yeah. Even Len Wein doesn't know.
So does adamantium get through a shield construct put up by a lantern?
No. It doesn't. Because there's an episode of X-Men where there's a spaceship that's underground, and is protected by a alien energy of some sort.
I remember that.
Wolverine can't get through it.
Neither could Lady Deathstrike. Wait, no, she was ultimately the one who did pierce it, wasn't she? In that episode? To release it?
Was she? Maybe she was.
Because she got like super pissed off at Wolverine because he dumped her or something, and she started going at it. And I think she eventually was the one who pierced it, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember how the outcome of that.
We'll have to hit up Disney Plus and double check that.
I guess so. Let me know in the comments what episode that is from which season. So,
and timestamp. We don't want to do any other research.
Right. What's the fun in that when you have a viewer?
Exactly. If you do the work for us, we'll give you a shout out in the next video.
Hey.
So let me just do like a rundown for those who, for whatever reason, don't know about Green Lantern. Basically, I know, right? Character's been around 300 years or whatever it is. I don't know how long DC's had this character, since like the 60s, I think, that Green Lantern's been around.
There's an older Green Lantern too, but totally different power set.
Yep. Well, so the old
Alan Scott.
The old rings, like originally, like they were weak to wood. They can stop bullets, missiles, whatever the heck they wanted. Superman's punch. But if someone had a bat, it wasn't stopping. The ring wasn't doing nothing. It was going right through that ring and smacking them in the face.
I just imagine them like cowering with the bat,
right?
Like stop, please.
And then also it was originally like weak to the color yellow. So
yeah, which is just so funny to me. Like
yeah, but
Wolverine's wearing yellow, bro.
He is. Well, I don't know. He wears all black lately.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about lately.
You brought Hugh Jackman up.
Well, he never wore shit.
But
I just pulled up iconic covers.
So yeah, so that all that's been retconned now. Like none of that's a thing anymore. I would say the only weakness, well, there's probably two weaknesses that the ring bearers have now, and that's their power is really driven by their willpower. So they do have a weakness against like telekinetics and things like that, who can mess with their head. And then the other thing is
Which is not Wolverine.
You gotta charge the ring. If you don't charge it, it has no power.
But how long can Hal Jordan go without charging?
I mean, in everything I've read or ever watched, rarely ever has the ring even run out of power. Like,
okay.
It seems to just carry a lot of juice, but they do have
to.
to
Because in the movie, they had to do it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, once like after they traveled basically across the entire universe to get back to Earth, then they had to recharge it to get his powers, and then like there's like one for like the mid fight and one for the post fight. So, but it probably really depends on how much juice you use on your constructs too. So if a smarter lantern would probably know to hold a lot of juice back, but Hal Jordan's a bit of a show off, so he's gonna definitely
rest in peace, Michael Hurt Duncan, Kilowog. I don't know, just thought of that while you were talking. Sorry.
But yeah, so the ring has been shown to be able to shrink objects, humans,
really?
items.
What?
Yeah. And it's also been shown to give invisibility, although like those powers are rarely ever brought upon or even focused on. It's mostly just the constructs.
That's insane. So, I mean, that seems like a very OP power.
Which is probably why they rarely bring it up in the comics anymore.
But, like, if you were dealing with that giant phalanx character, like, why wouldn't you shrink him?
Yeah, I mean...
That's weird, like...
But then the way they can get around by not using that is you can just create a construct that's just as big if you wanted.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to probably use a lot of juice and take a lot of willpower.
I mean, there's a reason why I can beat up any 5-year-old that I've ever met. I think it has something to do with I'm bigger than they are.
Yeah.
So, like, the power to shrink something just seems incredible to me.
FTK, right?
Absolutely. ABC,
1, 2, 3.
But, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fuck them kids.
Oh, okay. That. Okay.
So some other powers, like the ring gives him the power of flight, super speed. He can translate practically any language. So if Wolverine wants to bring some French Canadian to the battle, we still know what he's saying.
Cool.
He can analyze and identify any object that he wants because the rings all have basically all the knowledge that's in the Book of Oa. So since the whatever, I forget what the race is called that gives the rings their power, they've been around for millions and millions of years, and all they do is gather information. So all the rings have all this information. So they can literally just point it and go, "What's this?" "Oh, okay, that's what it is."
And it's just telepathic, or how do they get the information?
Depends on the user. So like when Hal does it, it shows up as like a little computer screen in green, and it just it shows, and then it tells them what it is. So because the rings are powered by your imagination, so it's whoever's using it wants it to be. So
okay,
Hal always does it's always a computer when he does it.
Interesting.
So
my guy can smell really well.
Yeah, he can.
Even if he doesn't shower, he still smells really well.
If you're still watching beyond this point.
Thank you.
Man, I really like Wolverine.
Yeah, I like Wolverine too. He's not my favorite character, but I don't see how he's winning this. Not honestly. Like, I mean, sure, there's all kinds of illogical ways he could win, but I mean, with Hale being able to do the super speed, the flying around, take him to space, like, it seems very easy for you to get Wolverine in a disadvantaged space.
Yeah, because I can be very far and do everything I need to be too, because the ring has great range, like
right,
almost infinite. So the only way I see Wolverine being able to do anything is if you manage to get like super up close.
Yeah, some sort of sneak attack that like you never knew you were in a fight.
Yeah, I was like, well, I just landed my green jet on Earth. I'm just in Canada because the Hulk's there or something, and the Green Lantern's investigating, and he dives in and gets him from behind.
Like, yeah, but that still seems awfully weird for a superhero to do to another superhero.
Yeah, but it is Wolverine.
Yeah, but I don't.
Maybe I landed and killed his friend Bear.
Yeah, maybe.
Old Fred Bear.
Oh God, we're botching this one. We should have stopped one episode ago to do the special. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you're not gonna put up a fight much on this one,
I really don't see how he can. Not really, because, yeah, I just feel like you can very easily just fly in, pick him up by the scruff of his neck, like he's a little Wolverine, and just take him into space.
I can just create a cage and just put him in the cage, and then just carry him up.
Right, what is he gonna do to that?
And then I can do what every villain seems to do to Superman and just throw him into the sun.
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as he's in space, he's just gonna pass out. He has to breathe. I mean, he'll pass out, but he might not die from being suffocated. But I mean, he's not gonna be conscious, and if he is conscious, he's not gonna have any ways of moving through space.
So what's funny is I brought this character based on the fact that I thought you were going to bring Reed Richards. Because he would have some way to try to combat back. He's the smartest guy, ever. So, but when you think about Wolverine and Reed Richards, you just think, oh, Wolverine's just a total badass. There's no way Mr. Fantastic's going to beat Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, even though he absolutely would.
Oh, I agree.
But you don't think that. You think Wolverine's such a badass.
See, the thing with Mr. Fantastic is you can pop your claws right into him, and it's not going to even cut him.
Yeah.
He'll just warp himself around the blades.
Hey, Stretch, take this. Stick!
Yeah, it's like, now what?
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. But at the same time, I don't see how he can do anything against Green Lantern.
Reed?
No.
Oh,
Wolverine. No, I could fight that all day.
I'm pretty sure with Reed, you'd be able to fight anyone all day.
Yeah, just because there's a logical way around the ring. Ultimately, like he would figure it out very quickly, like how the ring works, and
he could just like encase my hand with his elastic body, and then my constructs couldn't do nothing, right?
Yeah, I don't. Do they have to emanate from the ring?
I mean,
physically,
it looks like they do.
It looks like they do. Yeah,
so they've never really explained it, or no one's ever really tried to just kind of like. Now what?
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know, like what kind of force or powers or whatever
I'll have to look more into
really
that.
just push from the ring.
Yeah, because if Wolverine could get close enough and chop off my hand, then I'm just a dude.
Right.
Like I lose my suit and everything.
Just this naked man.
Basically, you see Ryan Reynolds' suit. There was no way anything was on underneath that.
That's true.
It was just painted on.
With a CG paint pen.
With a CG paint pen. Well, comment below if you think Wolverine could stand a chance. Maybe you can think of something that Hearst here hasn't. Or
yeah, because, Chris Claremont helped me. Frank Miller.
Hugh Jackman. Oprah Winfrey. Somebody. So
Oprah's a huge Wolverine fan.
Let's talk about this giveaway before we talk about the next fight real quick.
Okay.
What are we still at? 16?
16.
We're at 16 subscribers. When we hit 25, we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give you some comics, some magic cards. We'll probably throw in a few other things in there as a thank you. We're going to, do a drawing on someone who likes, comments. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. We're going to pick some random person, and we're going to send them out a gift as a thank you. Again, that's when we hit 25. We'll post a video, let everybody know, like, hey, this is it. Give us that thumbs up. Make sure you're following the channel, and say hi.
We actually hit 200 followers on Instagram, and I posted a free giveaway there. All you had to do is comment on that to be eligible to win, and we got 5 likes but 0 comments. So right now, this prize has been unclaimed. So if you see this, run over there and be that first one to comment, and you'll win.
Make sure you're following. Give us that love.
That's true.
Anyway, if you have any questions about that, comment below. We'll answer whatever. But let's talk about this special fight that we got coming up.
Okay, so this was the final round of Volume 1 of Duel. So to commemorate, to celebrate that.
A season finale, if you will.
A season finale, and I will. We are having a brawl. We are bringing teams to fight against one another. Not entire teams, but if you wanted to bring the X-Men, we're not going to fight 300 characters of the X-Men against the Fantastic Four, But we're each bringing 5 characters, and we're going to pit them 1v1 until there's only one standing.
There can be only one.
Yeah, so we could bring Highlanders into this. If you could bring 5 Immortals.
There's only one.
Well, I mean, there wasn't always. I mean, there's a couple of McLeods. Okay. All right. So, on that note, it's going to be a spectacular, long event. A lot longer than this measly 30 minutes of us rambling about Wolverine dying a horrific death against a man in a fully CG animated suit. But it happened here. I can't justifiably say, just because I like Wolverine better than that character, that he would win.
They don't mind sticking around for 30 plus minutes.
I hope not.
They really enjoy our sexy voice.
Oh, okay. Well, on that note, I like, you can stay and talk if you want, but I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'm done. Put a fork in me.
Put a fork in me. Deuces.
Sheesh.